Mandal. I am from Indira Gandhi National Open University, one of the counselor for master's degree of social work as well as bachelor's degree of social work and some other courses. Dear students, this subject is very important subject so far as the social work is concerned. So once again, I know, am I audible to each and everyone? Is it audible? Are you getting me? Hello?
Yes,
Are
sir.
you
We are with you, sir.
okay? Very good. Very good. So, if anything problem, you can ask to me. Okay. So, I think you must have known the today's topic. Once again, I tell you, today's topic is the field practicum or BSW. So, generally, we know in all the subjects, specifically in social work subject, there is two subject is very important. One is practical, another one is theory. Okay. Theory without practical is meaningless. Practical is also without theory is meaningless. Right? So here our point of discussion is during your 3 years degree, that means the BSW, Bachelor in Social Work, you have to complete most of most of all you have to complete three course of practical, that is first year, second year and third year. Social work practicum 1, social work practicum 2, social work practicum 3rd. So it comprises total 24 credits, and out of which we'll be discussing 8 credit of fieldwork practicum, which will be very important for you. Many of the students they understand theory, but when they go for doing the practical, sometimes they get confusion, right? So therefore, social work practicum, which we are or which we can call otherwise, that is field work. Sometimes we can also say the field work activities. So concurrent fieldwork activities. So differently, different people can speak, but generally it is social work practicum, which is very important for a social work students. Now you are a bachelor degree students, so maybe bachelor degree, maybe master degrees, whoever may be, they supposed to complete the fieldwork activities. Okay, so under fieldwork activities, what you supposed to do, how you will write, how it will be evaluated, and how you will submit it, everything we will discuss, and that will be make it easier to all of you when you will do this field practicum, right? So as mentioned, I have already mentioned you that fieldwork is a integral part of social work. We cannot separate fieldwork from theoretical part. And this field work, how you will practice and where you supposed to practice, that also I tell you. Before getting to the text or before getting to the in details, I tell you there is a two field where you have to practice the field work. One is community, another one is agency. One is community and another one is the agency. So community and agency, both the knowledge, both the both the place where you will get the first-hand knowledge of your practical experience. So as I was saying to you, practical is very, very important than the theory. Whatever taught in the theoretical class or theory class, that you have to materialize in the practical. So practical is important. If you are not doing it practical, then your course is also remain incomplete, as well as you cannot also able to understand properly what is the activities that supposed to do during the field work. So therefore, this is very important part. So may I know anybody can speak in BSWL-108? Have you gone through this book, Fieldwork Journal book? If you have gone through, then it will be easy to understand. So I will request, we will have another 5 classes. This is first class. So I'm just going to elaborate the introduction part of this field work, and then one after one we will go to deeper how you will write and what are the components under the field work that we have to follow, that we will discuss. So those who are present here, have you gone through this fieldwork journal ever? Have you read this one? Anybody? Hello? Have you read this one? Fieldwork journal?
Hello, sir. I did not read it, but I have already downloaded it. But I think today I start going over it. But I haven't read anything from it.
Okay. So now we will, first of all, I tell you that what you supposed to do. You supposed to do under this fieldwork journal that you have to attend a induction meeting. What is this induction meeting? When you have to go for doing these fieldwork activities, first of all, you have to attend an induction meeting. Induction meetings means an orientation meeting will be conducted by your fieldwork supervisor, whoever may be assigned by the study center, or you will select some of the fieldwork supervisor who is qualified and recognized by the IGNO. Under his supervision, under his instruction, you supposed to attend a induction meeting or orientation meeting. What you supposed to do under this orientation meeting? In this orientation meeting, the fieldwork supervisor will explain details of your fieldwork activities. Now, our IGNO has organized this class, but beside this class, when you will go for fieldwork activities, when you will go for doing fieldwork activities, beforehand, there will be a induction meeting. So during that induction meeting, the fieldwork supervisor will explain the detailed activities which you supposed to do during your fieldwork activity or fieldwork days. You must be knowing, my dear students, there are 6 methods in social work. One is case work, another one is group work, and then community organization, social action, social welfare administration, and social work research. these 6 methods entirely when it is necessary, by that time you have to apply in your fieldwork. So before getting to the fieldwork activities, you must have taught in during your theory paper, any one of the paper, that what is casework, what is group work, what is community organization, what is social action, what is social welfare administration, what is social welfare research or social work research. These many things is very, very important, because we are going to apply the methods of social work during our fieldwork days. So out of these 6 methods, first 3 methods are called as direct method or primary method of social work. Another 3 methods are called as indirect method or secondary method of social work. So mostly when you will go for fieldwork activities, by that time you have to apply the first 3 methods, which is we call as casework, group work, community organization. Dear students, you have to understand properly the different aspect of casework. Casework is a primary method of social work which deals an individual's problem through one-to-one relationship. The client has to come to the caseworker, and caseworker solve the problem of a client through one-to-one relationship. So there are 3 components of casework. What is that component? First one is person, problem, place, and process. Then you can say add and one more, that is profession. Person, problem, place, process, and the profession. So at the time of your field work, you may be doing some case studies. If you could know these many things, then you can able to do some case studies during your field activities. So a person, who is a person? A person may be a child, it may be a young, it may be a old age, who is having some kind of problem. He is a person. Or in social work language, we say him client. Person or client, then comes to the problem. Any problem, psychological problem or social problem, which person is affected by any kind of problem, maybe psychological, maybe social problem, that person only called as a client, and who meeting with the social worker or case worker. Another thing, person, problem, and place. Mind it, when you will undertaking any kind of case study, by that time you supposed to work under a agency. Agency means NGO or government agency or non-government agency, whatever may be the agency. Under that agency only you supposed to do the fieldwork activities. So agency is required. Under some agency only, you have to undertake these many things. Thereafter comes to process. Process again divided into three types. That is study, diagnosis, and treatment. Study, diagnosis, and treatment. Under the study, what you supposed to study? What is the problem? What kind of that particular client? Where is belong to? What is his age? What is his nature of the problem? Everything you have to study. So after the depth study, you will come to know that he is having this type of problem. And then you will come to the cross check, that is study and diagnosis. What kind of problem is it? How long he is suffering? What is the nature of that problem? Whether it is psychological problem or it is social problem, that you have to diagnose. And you have to also diagnose the depth or the percentage of that particular problem. What kind of problem is it? Depth of that problem you have to know through the diagnosis. And after the diagnosis, you will come to the conclusion and you will start the treatment. Dear learners, we are not the allopathic or homeopathic or Ayurvedic doctors. We are the social doctors, social engineers. We are supposed to solve the problem of an individual through utilizing the sociological knowledge, social science knowledge, social studies knowledge, how that person will self-reliant, how that person will cope up with his environment, with his situation. That kind of knowledge we will provide to the particular person. And thereby, we can able to solve the problem of that individual. So I just cite an example. Likewise, in group work also, you have to sometimes also you can do some group work activities during your field work days, and you also should know what is group work. While you are working with an individual through one-to-one relationship, by that time your designation will be the case worker. While you are working with a group, more than one individual having same kind of problem, if you have formed a new group and working for that group, by that time you will be called as a group worker. So maybe one individual is not coping with a group and you kept him in the group, and through the group you are trying to solve the problem of an individual. The individual or the client could able to relate himself with other individuals, other group members. The client can also able to relate himself or can get the experience of others to solve his own problem by listening others. By the help of the group members, he can stand himself. Maybe an individual or maybe a group as a whole having the problem, the group worker will facilitate to them to solve their problem. That is why there is a method of group work. So all methods having principles, say it is case work, say it is group work, say it is community organization, say it is social action, say it is social welfare administration, say it is social work research. Again, there are some techniques of different methods. Those techniques also you need to know. For example, in the casework, a caseworker need to utilize during his field work some of the techniques which is make him easier to do his fieldwork activities. What is that? For example, casework. In the casework, there are some techniques. What are those techniques? Interviewing, counseling, storytelling. These are some of the techniques of casework. So these techniques he's supposed to apply, he's supposed to use in the fieldwork activities and solve the problem of an individual. So in this way, again, suppose community organization. Community organization is also one of the primary method of social work or direct method of social work through which he can able to solve his problem. He can able to solve the problem of the community. He has to create the discontentment among the community people. He have to assemble the community people to make them aware, to make them sensitize, to make them informed the different problem and solution to those people so that they can able to solve their problem as a through the community organization. So these are some of the methods, which methods generally we use in the fieldwork activities. And sometimes you may be taking as a project work for 15 days, for 30 days. Which field practicum require how many days of field work? Accordingly, you have to undertake some project work. Accordingly, you have to undertake some survey work. Accordingly, you undertake some of the philanthropic activities under the guidance of your fieldwork supervisor. So, my dear friends, under this BSWL-108 fieldwork practicum, what you supposed to do? As I was saying to you, first of all, you have to attend the induction meeting. That is very important. So, what you supposed to do, what you supposed not to do, everything you will get a first-hand knowledge during the induction meeting. And which community is appropriate for you? You may be selecting an agency. Through that agency, you may be going to that community and where you will be doing your concurrent fieldwork activities. It is not by the compulsion or not by the direction of the supervisor, you will opt or you will take any community, but as per your comfortability, as per your choice, you will select any one of the community, any one of the organization, and then through that organization you will go for doing some activities in the community. And during that doing that activities, your fieldwork supervisor will guide you what you supposed to do, what you supposed not to do. And the very important thing is that in IGNO, the IGNO has given a lot of good opportunity to all of you, that is study material. Under the study material, all the instruction has given to all of you. That's through that study material, you have to follow the instruction and accordingly you will go on doing the activities. Of course, fieldwork supervisor will be there, but still you have to take the assistance of your field practicum book or textbook, which will be helpful for you for getting more clarification, more understanding, more easier to do your fieldwork activities. My dear learners, induction meeting is an eye-opening program or meeting which through which you will know the details what you're supposed to do, what I am just elaborating right now. So here we will be discussing the same thing or some additional things may be discussed by your fieldwork supervisor when you will go for the fieldwork activities. Beside this, the very important thing is that social work has a value and ethics, my dear learners. Mind it, we are something different than others. We are a professional. We have to work professionally. Professionally means we have to work systematically. We have to work step by step, step by step. We have to apply the methods of social work. We have to apply the techniques of social work. That is why we are different. We have to follow the principle of social work. We have to follow the value and ethics of social work. What is values and ethics related to your field practicum? What is the value and ethics related to your fieldwork practicum? The value and ethics is such where you have to treat the clients in a dignified way. That means you have to evaluate, you have to give respect to all the clients. Maybe some of the community, in some of the community you may be found some of the weaker section people, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe people and poor peoples who are illiterate also, where you will be working. So by that time, you should not forget that they are all human beings like us. So we need not to treat them, he is a qualified person and he is a non-qualified person. That is why we have to see them in an inferior complex. We should not see them or we should not look them into an inferior complex, since they are all human beings. They are all dignified peoples. Irrespective of caste, creed, and religion, all are equal in front of us. And the values of social work says helping people to help themselves. We need to help the people, those who are helpless. We will just help them. How we will help? By giving some information, by giving some non-materialistic support, or sometimes we may be, if there is availability or some chances is there, you may be giving some materialistic support through. There is nothing wrong with this. But always we need to give them some sort of support which will make them self-sufficient and they can able to identify their own resources for solving their own problem. So that kind of education, that kind of knowledge we should impart to all those community people. So how it is possible? It is possible through your learning. It is possible through your adherence of value and ethics of social work. Social work having different type of scope, different areas. In the field practicum also, when you will do some kind of activities under a agency during your field practicum, you may be selecting some of the NGOs, some of the non-governmental organization, governmental organization or welfare organization where you supposed to do your fieldwork practicum. That organization may be dealing with different type of activities. Some organization may be their core area or main area of activities may be livelihood. Some of the organization may be working in environment, climate change, Some of the organization may be working with the transgenders, among the transgenders. Some of the organization may be working for educational promotion. Some of the organization may be working for the farming or agricultural activities. So there are a lot of areas, lot of scopes where you're supposed to work with those people according to the nature of the particular organization. Which organization? There are different type of organization having different type of activities. That activities we must understand, and under that we have to do the different type of activities under the supervision of a fieldwork supervisor. So in the fieldwork, we have to also understand the nature, geographical periphery, board member, etc. during the fieldwork activities that I will tell you later on. So in this journal, first you have to attend the induction meeting, or which I have already discussed with you, and then you will come to the 5 orientation visit to different social welfare agencies or institutions. What are those 5 different agencies? Before visiting to those agencies, you have to list out some of the name of the organization. If you are not able to list out, or if you are not able to name of the organization, then you can take the help of your fieldwork supervisor. The fieldwork supervisor will provide you the names of the agency. So there are different type of agencies. What are those agencies? International agencies, national agencies, state level agencies, district level agencies, and CBOs, community based organization. Suppose you want to do in a international level organization. Which organization is called as international level organization? For example, UNICEF is an international organization. ActionAid is an international organization. They are working throughout the world. Therefore, we are saying it is an international organization. So, in international organization, you may not be able directly work, because they will select the student and take you as their trainee. Not easily they will accept to you, because those organizations are international organizations. They'll be dealing with professionally different all the activities. So therefore, we need to fit to their organization. If you are not fitting to their organization, they may not be allow you to do the fieldwork activities over there. Therefore, we may be interested to do there, and we can also list, and you can also approach them. If they are allowed, then it is okay. Otherwise, you may be selecting some other organization. So now, this is international organization. Which organization is working more than one nation? That organization is known as the international organization. Other than this, there are some other organizations. Which organization is known as national level organization? So, under this national level organization, which organization is working in more than one state? That organization is known as a national level organization. There are many national level organizations where you can also work for your field practicum prior to getting their permission. Another aspect is that is state level organization. State level organization is such kind of organization which organization is working from one district to another district, means more than two districts. Which organization is working, that organization is called as a state level organization. And third one is that is district level, and fourth one is I think CBUs, community based organization. You must be knowing there are some small organization in a community. You will find out some of the organization. Suppose SAG group, self-help group, which is registered. Suppose a youth club. In a community, you find out that there is a youth club. So from that youth club also you can do some kind of activities in that youth club. So youth club could be also considered as the community-based organization. So there are a lot of community-based organizations where you can observe yourself to learn the welfare activities by doing this agency activity. Then in this journal, you're supposed to do 15 days of concurrent visit in one social welfare agency or institution. That is also very important. So this field practicum has been divided into three types, as I was saying to you. Each year you have to appear 8 credit of fieldwork practicum. So altogether it's 24 credits. So out of which this is 8 credit which I am talking to you or discussing with you. So under this 15 days, what you're supposed to do, that I will tell you later on. So after during the 15 days of concurrent field work, you have to do some individual conferences, minimum 5 individual conferences. What is that individual conference? There are two things you're supposed to do here. Only one individual conference is prescribed here. But as a social work student, when you will go for concurrent fieldwork activities, by that time you have to participate IC or individual conference and GC, group conference. But here it is mentioned only 5 IC or individual conference. These 5 individual conference is very much important during your field practicum. So what is individual conference? That I will tell you later on during our 5 days classes. Again, I will tell you. But what I told you, what I said you, in this fieldwork journal, you supposed to attend one induction meeting, 5 orientation visit to different organization, and 15 days concurrent visit, and 5 individual conference. My dear students, again I tell you, when you will visit different 5 organization as your orientation visit, by that time again you have to keep in your mind or remember that you need not to visit a same kind of organization or agency. You have to visit to a different organization. Different organization means different organization, those who are working in different field, different area, different sector, and that will expand your knowledge. That will enhance your knowledge. Therefore, you need to visit to those organizations differently to different through different organizations. As I was saying to you, there are some organizations who are working in urban area. There are some organizations who are working in rural area. There are some organizations, they have only administrative activities, not field-based activities. There are some organizations who are only working in professional activities. There are some organizations who are involved with business activities too. So you have to choose some different type of organization, like financial transaction organization, banking, insurance sector. That organization also you can visit. Beside this, another type of organization, which organizations are dealing with the health sector, which organizations are dealing with the business activities, corporate sector organization. There are some organizations who are working for environmental sector. So different sectoral organization, if you select and visit for your orientation, which will help you for you to enhance your knowledge. So that is why selecting the organization is very important. If you are not able to select the organization directly, then you can take the help of your fieldwork supervisor. The fieldwork supervisor will guide you. The fieldwork supervisor will instruct you. The fieldwork supervisor will give an insight for selecting different organizations, institutions, which institutions will give you ample of knowledge, and that knowledge will supplement you when you will work in practical field. That is very important. Dear students, this, and after that, when you will complete all these things, your supervisor will go through your fieldwork report, and your fieldwork report will be evaluated by your fieldwork supervisor, and then you will go for submitting the report or your journal in your study center. And the study center or in the regional center, again they will send it to the main office, which is situated in Delhi. And from there, again it will be evaluated external by the external evaluator. There are two type of evaluators are there. One is internal, another one is external. Suppose if you work under my supervision, then I'll be the internal supervisor. When you will submit your fieldwork journal, after the submission, again it will be evaluated by an external fieldwork supervisor. So finally, your mark will be allotted. Finally, your mark will be incorporated in the website. So under this concurrent fieldwork or under this field practicum, I have given a first-hand knowledge on these particular things. So again, I tell you, I have not gone through the details. What are the components that you have to read and you have to understand, which will help you to write the fieldwork reports. Dear students, primarily again I advise you, no doubt under this fieldwork journal, there are some tips is given, there are some important notes are given, which you will read and go for doing your fieldwork activities. Also, your fieldwork supervisor will guide you, but from your side, it is my suggestion that you have to understand what is social work first. How many methods of social work that I was saying to you. If you are knowing it details, then again it will be very easier to do the fieldwork activities during your field practicum days. This is very important. Sometimes we feel very bored. Sometimes we feel very bored. We feel confused. So what I will write in the fieldwork journal? What I supposed to do? We became confused, but there is no confusion. It is very clearly mentioned. It is very clearly stated in the guidebook. Under that guidebook, you will know the details, and thereby you can able to write your fieldwork reports very efficiently, effectively, successfully, and could able to complete your fieldwork journal. That is very much important. Now, under this fieldwork journal, what are the content? Means what are the things that you have to cover? What are the things? Number one is guideline for students. You have to read the guideline for the students, which is very important. List of fieldwork settings. That is also important. Log sheet. What is log sheet? How you supposed to furnish? How you supposed to fill up that log sheet? Sometimes students get confusion to fill up the log sheet. Which log sheet is meant for you? Which log sheet is should be filled by your fieldwork supervisor? That you supposed to know clearly. Then induction meeting. Primarily, I was discussing for a many 15 to 20 minutes regarding the induction meeting. Suppose you are placed in a job, you are placed in a agency as an employee. Your boss will orient you. What is your responsibility? What are the things that you have to discharge? He will discuss with you in details. My dear students, the employee if he is not satisfied to understand his job responsibilities, he cannot discharge his duties adequately. What is his responsibility and what is the responsibility of the employer? Both of them need to get clarified, which will help them to solve their problem. Dear friends, I again tell you, induction meeting is very, very important for all of you. So during the induction meeting, you have to understand the details of the concurrent fieldwork activities, how it will be written, What are the things that you have to follow? What are the pro forma that you have to follow? Everything you have to understand during the induction meeting. If the time permits, then I may be dictating you one induction meeting so that it will be easier for all of you. The induction meeting will be conducted by the supervisor, fieldwork supervisor. He will divide different steps for making understanding to the learner what he's supposed to do, what he's supposed not to do during the fieldwork. And at the time of fieldwork activities, any fieldwork students gets confusion, he may be take the assistance of the fieldwork supervisor. And time to time, he has to sit with the fieldwork supervisor, interact with the fieldwork supervisor regarding his doubt and get the clarification, which we are saying individual conference. The dialogue between the learner and fieldwork supervisor is the individual conference regarding the doubts, regarding the queries of a learner. Therefore, we are conducting some individual conference. So far as the group member is not available, that is why we may not be conducting the group conference, but individual conference is mandatory. It is one-to-one relationship, one-to-one interaction between the fieldwork supervisor and the learner. The learner will put the question and the fieldwork supervisor will answer. Accordingly, their problem will be solved. And again, I will discuss with you regarding this. Under this content, what are the points are there that we will just discuss? Report of individual conference. Whatever meeting you have attended, you have to write the report. Reposite most. Under your in your fieldwork journal only, you supposed to write the report. It is there in your journal. In this journal, you have to write the report. And then report of individual conference, concurrent fieldwork, report of concurrent visit, report of individual conference, report of concurrent visit, report of individual conference, report of concurrent visit. That means after 3 to 4 or 5 number of concurrent fieldwork visit, you have to sit with your fieldwork supervisor, which we are calling individual conference. So within 3 to 4 interval of concurrent fieldwork, you are attending one fieldwork activities, a individual conference. So when it is completed, you will come to social work research, report of social work research, report of individual conference. Again, whatever social work research you did, again you have to go for the individual conference, attending the individual conference, and then finally self-evaluation report by the student. Self-evaluation report by the student. And then summary of 5th semester fieldwork, checklist, global comments by the supervisor, then finally the grade sheet, that means the mark. So this is all about your content of this fieldwork journal, field practicum. that is 108. So under this 108 fieldwork journal or fieldwork field practicum, you have to furnish all these points, all these. You have to go through this all these steps. Again, I repeat: introduction or induction meeting, guideline for students, list of fieldwork settings, log sheet, induction meeting, report of individual conference, fieldwork components, report of orientation visit, report of individual conference, concurrent fieldwork, report of concurrent visit, report of individual conference, report of concurrent visit, report of individual conference, report of concurrent visit, social work research, report of social work research, report of individual conference, self-evaluation report by student, summary of fifth semester fieldwork, checklist, global comment by the supervisor, and grade sheet. This 23rd point is very important for a social work student who is supposed to do the fieldwork activities. This is the overall content that we need to follow. So that is why I was saying to you, the induction meeting is very important, that during this induction meeting, all these things we has supposed to elaborate it. And you will come to know that this is this, I supposed to do this, I supposed to skip this, I supposed to incorporate this. And in during the meanwhile of during the concurrent fieldwork, your fieldwork supervisor will evaluate your reports. So first in rough, you may be writing the report and then you will come to the go for the fair copy in your fieldwork journal. So that is the process that we supposed to follow. I don't say many of the students they follow the principle, the ethics of social work, but as an ideal learner, as a student of social work, we must faithfully do these activities. If you are doing this faithfully doing these activities, then it will helpful for me only, not for others. We are not doing for any others. We are doing activities for ourselves. My dear students, this is very important for all of us to understand properly, to know properly these many things. So again, fieldwork journal for BSW fifth semester, what we supposed to know, that is written here. Welcome to the fifth semester of your BSW program. We hope that the fourth semester has been a fruitful and enjoyable experience. You are going to continue to do your fieldwork this semester too. You will be applying the knowledge, skills, and attitude you have gained in your fourth semester. In this semester, you will have to complete 25 days of fieldwork. It comprises of 5 orientation visit, 15 days of concurrent fieldwork visit, and 5 individual conferences. You will be practicing the method of social work research during the concurrent fieldwork visit. You will also be studying about the of social work research in the theory paper BSW-109. Research method in social work You will find details guidelines. You will find details guideline about how to practice social work research in this practicum journal. In this year, as you continue your field work, you should be able to plan your tasks systematically, interact with a diverse type of people comfortably, establish effective social network, anticipate problems, communicate purposefully, etc. The importance of informal relationship will be clear to you. The objective of fifth semester fieldwork is the following, that is, to develop capacity for observation and analyzing social realities. Dear students, these objectives we need to understand. First, why you will do the fieldwork? Is it significant? Is it necessary or it is unnecessary? Or it is not important? Anyone? Fieldwork is essential or it is not essential for a social work student? If fieldwork is, if there is no fieldwork, then what is the consequences of a social work student? What will happen? Can you tell anybody? Am I audible to you? Are you listening to me or not?
Yes,
Hello?
sir, we are listening. May you please repeat the question?
Yes. I'm asking, if there is no fieldwork, then what will happen to a social work student? Again, another question related to this question. There is a significance of fieldwork practice or not? Is there significance of fieldwork practice or not?
Okay, I think maybe just to start, I would say that there is a significance, a great one, in fieldwork practice because it exposes learners to the actual physical work on the ground. You know, we have done much of the theories. Now, this is an opportunity for us to appreciate the real social work on the ground, to appreciate how the social work methods really work on the ground and the impact, at least to appreciate the data in a real life situation. How is the psychological, the psychosocial impact of the social work on the citizens? How the elderly, the children, the youth, how reformatory centers are contributing to the strengthening of our societies. So it is very important. It is very important because it will give us an entry into all the various sectors of the social work spectra, and appreciate and understand fully the concepts that we have learned over the past 3 years. And on the first question, I would say I don't think it would be proper in any practical program or practical course that it cannot have a component of a platinum. I work in the clinical sector, the medical health sector. You cannot graduate without having fulfilled the clinical placements. You can learn theories in class, but then you have to appreciate the real problems on the ground, how to prescribe, how to counsel, how to offer treatment and support care, how to offer rehabilitative care. And it takes almost 2 years. You can study 3 years in college, 4 years in college, but it take you to almost 2.5 years in the field, at least to appreciate, because we are dealing with the lives of people, we are dealing with the real-time situations of the people and societies. So we cannot go without field work practice. Yeah. So I was just trying to elaborate on that, that it is important to have a field work practice, and it is not possible that a student should go without having this experience, because at the end of the day, then it will be a paper with a theory without practical, and at the end of the day, the knowledge will decay quickly. But if we have a chance to participate into the theories that we have learned, I believe the knowledge will stay longer, and it will enhance our practical hands, it will enhance our memory, and we'll meet different experiences. We'll learn the struggles that the people have gone before us to do social work, the challenges they're facing, and then we can learn to develop our own a platform on how we should work and contribute to our society. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to explain these two questions.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad. It is beyond my expectation. So you nicely explained the significance of practicum. Uh, Thank you so much once again. I thank you.
You're
Beautiful
welcome, sir.
answer. So I'm so
Thank
glad.
you so much.
Really, uh, because initially what I was saying to you, field work is integral part of social work. That means it is a nucleus part. Field work is a nucleus part. Means without the field work, we cannot know the reality of the problem. So therefore, field work is very, very important for a social work trainee. Though we are trainee, we have to experience some of the problem. We have to experience the reality, experience the environment, experience the problem, experience the situation. Unless we are not going to uh, field, unless we are not coming across the challenges, we cannot visualize, you cannot realize the problem. So fieldwork is a opportunity, fieldwork is a avenue, fieldwork is a chance to explore more knowledge, practical knowledge for a social work training. So once again, thank you, Francis, for your beautiful answer. So,
You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much.
so today, again, we will discuss some important points. That is, in general, there are some objectives of fieldwork, right? So, those objectives are divided into four types. To develop capacity for observation and analyzing social realities. To develop the capacity of observation and analyzing social realities. See, observation is eye observation, physical observation. Sometimes we see and sometimes we look, sometimes we see and touch, and we can realize the situation, the which you are saying. Suppose you have not visited to any slum, undeveloped slum. You are belong to a urban area. How you will realize? How you will understand? Unless you are observing physically to that particular slum, then only you can realize that these people are living condition is like this type, and they are going through this type of distress. They are going through this type of problem. Everything you will come to know through the visiting of that particular community. Unless you are not visiting, you cannot able to know. Suppose there are some leprosy patients are kept in a hostel. If you are not visiting to the patients area, you cannot able to know how these leprosy patients are getting suffer. Suppose you are not visiting to cancer patient, then you cannot able to understand the problem of cancer patient. That is why you must be knowing there is a palliative care for the cancer patients. So before death, the social workers goes to them and then they counsel them for their disease. As long as they are alive in this earth, at least they should feel happy, and then they will go pass their life. So that was the main ambition. That is the main reality for which a social work training placed or goes to the community. That is why the main objective is to develop the capacity of observation. Our capacity, whatever capacity we have, if we are going again and again to a particular area where we can able to explore, where you can able to know the capacity of observation. And then thereby through observation we can able to know the realities which is existing in that particular periphery or area, and that reality need to be also analyzed from different perspectives, from different angle. We will analyze that problem, why that problem comes, what is the root cause of that problem, how it could be eliminated, what is my role, what is government role, what is the locality role, everything to analyze from different perspectives. My dear students, this is very important part of this social work study. Am I getting you? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, we're getting you.
Hello, sir. Yes, we are with you.
Am I getting you? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, next objective is to develop skills to undertake mini scientific study on social problems. To develop skills in undertake mini scientific study on social problems. My dear students, skill is a ability, is a capacity through which we can able to know the social problems, social issues. So as I was saying to you, during this field practicum, we are practicing a mini scientific study. We are practicing a mini scientific study. That's many scientific studies means, suppose you are finding a dropout rate of the particular community. You may be using some interview schedule. You may be using some questionnaires. You may be holding some community organization. Thereby you will able to know the situation or problem of that particular community. My dear friends, my dear students, as I was saying to you, through this study, community study, you can able to know the problem of that community. There are so many problems are there in the community, so you have to prioritize those community through your mini scientific study. Means small scientific study, means micro scientific study. We are not going to a study of a macro level. We are going to study in a micro level. A small kind of study you have to undertake for your enhancement of your skill, for enhancement of your knowledge, for enhancement of your capacity. which will be helpful for you. And then now, to develop skills in observation, interviewing, recording, group discussion, and leadership. My dear students, these are very, very important aspect of your concurrent fieldwork. At the time of concurrent fieldwork, the primary thing is that you are collecting the data, you are entering into the fieldwork through primary sources, not secondary sources. You are always, your work will be the primary. That is why I said case work, group work, and community organization, these three methods are the primary method or direct method of social work. Through these three kind of method, you are entering into the field work. And you have to practice these three methods of social work, which will be very helpful for you. So now, the thing is that you will develop your skill in observation. There are different type of observation: theoretical observation, practical observation, community visit observation, exposure visit observation, and field trip observation. So your aim and objective is to, or this fieldwork practicum objective is to develop your skills observation, develop your interviewing skills. What is interviewing skill? When you will go to a community, you may be interacting with some of the people. And if you are interacting with a specific subject, that we call, that is, through the interviewing, two persons are required for interviewing. One is interviewer, another one is interviewee. Interviewer, who's supposed to take the interview. Interviewee, who will be asked question. So here the caseworker and client, or the social worker and the people, community people, your role is to interview them. So interviewing skill will be developed. You may be repetitive interview, you may be undertaking repetitive interviewing, you may be undertaking focused interviewing, you may be undertaking structured interviewing. Different type of interviewing are there. Before interacting with a person, or before asking question to a particular person, prior to that, when you are preparing, what sort of question you supposed to put, what sort of question you supposed to ask to that person. If you are, suppose, preparing yourself prior to that, then it will be very, that type of interviewing, we are saying it is structural interview. Structural interview means you have already prepared yourself before the interviewing taking place. So interviewing technique or skills will be developed through this field practicum, and recording also develop. What is recording? Any information, any news, any facts, when you keep for further reference or any other reference, which we are called the recording. Recording may be happens or it may be possible through your text, through handwriting, through audio visual, whatever may be, or only audio or only video. Recording may be happens or recording may be taking place. My dear students, recording is very important part of a student. Without the recording, you cannot able to develop your skill. Recording was also a skill. Suppose I am talking now, I have taken the first class today. You may be writing something, and or at the end of the class, you may be maintaining a recording. You may be writing the record. I have attended the field practicum class from 5:30 to 7:30, and during this class, our sir interacted with us, and he analyzed or described or discussed regarding this matter, and out of which I learned, I knew these new things which I can apply during my field practicum. Doing my field practicum, it will also helpful for my personal benefit. And in the conclusion part also, you may be writing something. And in the middle, you may be writing the key point of learning and your expectation from your teacher. Everything you can write in a recording. So recording is a very important part for a social work student. When you are doing field practicum, you must record that one. And sometimes when you are interacting with the community people, by that time you may not be writing the pen and paper. Holding the pen and paper, you may not be writing in front of him. He may be taking it otherwise. So confidentially you may be writing, or you may be record to his voice or something else. If he do not know, without his knowledge, you may be doing that one, but it is not good. But you have to remember what you are interacting with them, and sometimes you can also write. There is no any problem on that, but you have to see the situation and you have to maintain the record. So what I mean to you, develop the skill of recording can be possible through this concurrent fieldwork, which I am talking to you. And then group discussion. That is also very important part. In a community, you may hold or you may organize some group discussion. That group under that group discussion, you may be giving some critical issues among them so that they will discuss all those things. Or sometimes you may be putting some national issues based on different type of uh, subject. It may be related to entertainment. It may be related to health issue. It may be related to livelihood. It may be related to environment. It may be related to education. Whatever you like, that you can have a group discussion, and that group discussion also can promote your ability, your skill. At last but not the least, that is very much important, that leadership quality will enhance. Your leadership quality will enhance when you will faithfully do this fieldwork activity. You know, a leader must be courageous. A leader who has the capacity to influence others. A leader must be a ideal person. A leader must have the organizing capacity. A leader must have the courage. Then only a leader can be develop his or her ability. My dear students, I just talking to you now that all social work students must be a leader. They are not able to become a leader. How can they will solve the problem of the society? First of all, they should solve their problem and they should solve the problem of their family, and then they should solve the problem of the community and the society at large. So you may be a administrator, you may be a teacher, you may be a farmer, you may be a businessman, whoever may be, the leadership quality must be there within you and which will help for you. That is very much important. My dear students, there are different type of leadership: charismatic leader, democratic leader, autocratic leader. Different type of leadership are there, but mostly we supposed to know or we supposed to promote democratic type of leadership where all people can take participate and put forth their views, opinions, decisions, etc., etc. So, my dear students, leadership quality also could develop through this field practicum. So, this is very important part of your objective of this field work, field practicum. And the last one is to develop skills in report writing. This is the part of recording. Report writing is the part of recording. So each day's fieldwork report, each day's daily fieldwork report, you're supposed to write a report. The format of the report that I will tell you in later part, when in coming classes we will be discussing, but you have to write the report. That skills also will develop through this field practicum. Another one is use of supervision. Your supervisor will supervise you, and you will also learn out of that supervision. That how your supervisor is supervising to you, how he is monitoring your activities, how he is supervised. Supervisor always helps to a learner to equip his problem, to equip his knowledge, to bridge the gap between the community and the learner, to bridge the gap between the agency and the learner. So, whatever knowledge lacking, whatever problem arises during the fieldwork, the fieldwork supervisor will help you during the supervision to accomplish your fieldwork activities. Another thing is, and preparation for facing interviews. And preparation for facing interviews. You must be knowing when you are going for appearing any examination. By that time, there are two to three types of examination conducted by the agency. Number one is written. Number two is group discussion. Number three is PI, personal interview, which we are saying interview. Individual interview or personal interview. My dear students, facing the interview is very important. How you will face the interview? What should be your personality? How you will face the interview? How you will prepare yourself? As I was saying to you, when you are going for interview, conducting interview, or you are going for facing the interview, both the time you have to prepare yourself according to your subject matter. If you are not preparing yourself, then you cannot able to effectively face the interview. So interview also, facing interview also helps through this uh, concurrent fieldwork. As you would have realized, fieldwork is an important component of social work education. I have already discussed this one. It is written here in your book. It is a important component that already one of your friend Francis already answered this one. It gives you opportunity to practice what you learned with an added advantage of having a supervisor to guide you. Already I have said you, whatever you have learned in your classroom, that you are going to materialize it, that you are going to practice it in during the field work. That is very much important. That avenue we are getting on this. Please take your theory and fieldwork seriously. Sometimes we are not serious to our fieldwork activities. Sometimes we are not serious to our theory. As I have already told to you, if you have the clarity of theory paper, you can able to write, you can able to talk the, you can able to complete your practical effectively. If you do not complete the mandatory fieldwork of the fifth semester, you will not be allowed to take the fieldwork of the sixth semester. Anyway, this is not necessary to talk with you. It is written in your journal instruction. If someone is not completing, it is necessary, but then uh, you know all these things. If someone is not completing the concurrent fieldwork activities, then his course will not complete. Therefore, we need to take it seriously. We need to know what you supposed to do, what we not supposed to do, and what are the objectives of this fieldwork. Through this doing this fieldwork, what kind of benefits we are getting, that we have to understand. If you are understand properly that this is the benefit, this is the things that we supposed to get it, then automatically our problem will be solved. So now with this, I will once again thank you to all of you. Again, I tell you, we have another 10 to 15 minutes. If you have any questions, you can ask to me. So we can interact to each other. So since it is first class, I am so happy that around 7 to 10 number of students you are here present in this class. So I don't know you are belong to which place. Can you tell me one after one your name and place so that I can able to know you are from which place? And then finally you can ask some questions also. Tell me whatever I taught to you, whatever I discussed with you today, is it understandable or is it clear to all of you, or any ambiguity is there? Because some pronunciation problem may be there, because your pronunciation and our pronunciation is something different. Anyway, I'm expecting that you must have understood what I have taught to you today in this today's class. If you have any doubts, please tell me, and then if time permits, then you can introduce yourself. It will be better to know myself, to know you. First, if you have any queries, tell me. If any doubts.
Yes, yeah, this is Boxman from Uganda. Yeah, thank you so much for taking us through that. I don't have much. I'm just inquiring. Why do we have what are some of the relevance of recording as a data collection method compared to any other methods used in data collections? Uh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are from which place? You are belong to which place?
I'm from Uganda. Uganda.
Uganda.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you. Mikhail. Mikhail, are you there, Mikhail? Davis. Davis. And Anas.
Hello, sir.
Anas.
Hello,
Anas,
sir.
are you hearing to me? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Tell me.
yes, sir. My name is Anas Salisu. Isa from
Okay.
Kano State, Nigeria, sir. I have no
Nigeria.
any
You are
doubt
from
on
Nigeria?
yeah, yes, sir. From Kano State, Nigeria.
Okay. 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 Okay.
I have no any doubt on the presentation, sir. Everything is good to me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Are you getting me? What I taught to you? Is it good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The pronunciation is very good to me. Regarding the past pronunciation from the presenters, it's very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. And
Hello,
anybody,
sir.
any, okay, Mikhail,
Yes.
tell me.
Yeah, I'm Michael from uh, Africa, Malawi, African continent. I'm
Okay.
coming from the southern part of Malawi. And today you have taught us a lot, including the techniques uh, during our concurrent visits to different types of organizations. Um, During the orientation visits that we will have, 15 concurrent visits that we will make, to keep uphold and adherence to the values and ethics in our field work, which includes the respect to clients, irrespective of their caste, religious, religion whatsoever, including the skills that we will have to use, like the observing skills, interviewing skill, recording, democratic leadership, skills on report writing, and a lot more that has been said earlier on. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy from getting your feedback. I'm getting pleasure. Thank you. And anybody else you want to see our classes will be participatory classes so that it will be very good. I'm so happy that Francis answered the significance of the field work. Likewise, I know you are all very good students, so you can also say something during the class so that it will be interesting for all of us, because sharing is strength. So sharing we can get the knowledge or enhance our knowledge. I only know everything and you do not know. I don't think like that. We collaboratively we have to understand, or collaboratively we have to try to know the different aspect of your fieldwork components. Okay, sometimes you may see we have done all these fieldwork activities earlier. Everybody we are doing that one, but some of the things, professional things which we do not know, that only we will incorporate during these activities. See, some of the students, though, some of the uh, professionals, other professionals other than our professionals, they are also doing social work, social service, but they do not know the trick, they do not know the principle, they do not know the techniques which we know. So, my dear students, in this area we are little different than those people. So we need to uh, equip ourselves professionally. That is very much important. Uh, now, Pilarani, Pilarani, Pilarani.
Yes, sir. Bilal.
Okay, Pilarani, speak something.
Yes, I'm Piliran Kalipa from Malawi. That is in Branta, southern part of Malawi. It is pleasure to learn from you because we have learned one or two things like the skills, the practice. Those things will help us in our the profession as a social work because we understand that we are not going to conduct as research, the full scale of research, but this one is partial that will help us like to do what the research would have done to us. So thank you, sir, for this opportunity.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank you. I also thanks to you for your beautiful response. See, uh, this is a class for your field practicum. You might have attending the theoretical class. So I have seen the chart. So I request all of you, uh, you also sincerely read the theory paper so that theory will much help you to do these fieldwork activities in a systematic or orderly manner. That is why theory is also very much important. And at the end also you can take my telephone number also. You can also have, you can mail me, you can also interact with me if you have any doubts, and I am ready to answer you, because it is also a privilege. The IGNO has given a lot of a very good chance to interact with you. You are all are from abroad, and the IGNO has given a very good chance to interact with you all. So I am also feeling privileged to interact with you all. And if any doubts or anything you are getting problem, you can share me openly so that I will try my best to recorrect myself. I'm not saying that I'm 100% perfect, but still I'm trying my best, because I have been working in this field since the last 18 to 19 years in teaching profession, in teaching, giving teaching to all the social work students. And since I have a passion to teach to social work students, so therefore I'm very much happy to meet with you all, and especially you are our guests, and I honor you for your uh, presence in this class. So I hope in the tomorrow also you will present, and we will try our best. I will try my best to explain regarding this subject matter. So if there is any barrier, if there is any problem, then you can collaboratively, we will try to solve the problem. Okay. Uh, so thank you all. Once again, we'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Good night.
Hello,
Thank
Bye
sir.
you.
bye, sir.
Hello,
Thank
sir.
you for your time.
Thank you. Thank
Hello,
you.
sir.
Thank you. Hello.
Okay.
Sir.
But before you go, sir,
Oh.
Yes, if
why
you want to
don't
say
you go?
anything.
Yeah. Yes, before you go, may you drop maybe your email and your phone number in the comment in the in-call messages so that maybe you can be able to communicate with you.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay,
Yes, sure, sir.
you can also write down now, if you possible. You can also
Yes,
write
it
down
is.
943. My number
Nine
is
four
9
three
94385
9485
00
00
289
89
943 85
989 00
00 289.
8289.
943 85 00 289. I reside in Bhubaneswar. In Odisha, I am residing in Bhubaneswar. So probably by this time or after 8 o'clock, I'll be free because I'm working in a college. So in daytime, I may not be free, but evening time I'll be free. So you feel free if you have any doubts. In daytime also sometimes you can also, if you calling me, definitely I will attend your call. And another 5 days is also there where we can um, make closer to each other. You know, social work students is very the important thing of social work student is making relationship, building
Exactly.
rapport. That is very much important. If you are not,
Exactly.
even among yourself also, you should try to know to each other. You are all are also the resource. You are resourceful for me. I'm resourceful for you, and your friends also resourceful for you. You know, before ending of this class, I will tell you one example, one instance. When I was a when to, um, when in 5-10 years back, there was a health camp I organized in our college where I'm working. By that time, I mm, I just wondering to find out a doctor for organize the health camp. One of the girl, she said, "Sir, my brother is a doctor and he can also provide the medicine." And then I became very happy, and I said, and I assigned to her that you call to your brother and present in our health camp. Ah, also, you bring some medicine by asking to your brother. You will be surprised. She brought the medicine. She also called to her brother, and our uh, health camp was successfully completed. See, I was wondering to find out some of one of the doctor, and also we are worried for purchasing the medicine. When I came to know that one of my students' brother is doctor, it became easy. So that is why I'm telling you, you are all the resource. So resources lies within you. If you tap the resources, if you identify the resources, that resources will helpful to you all, and you will and it will solve your problem. Thank you. Good night once again. Thank you all. We'll meet again tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you.
so
God
much for your
bless you
time,
all.
sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
and
you.
good
Take care.
night.
Good night. Good night. Take care.
Thank you.